This is Fido-Friendly Travel Talk. Here's your host, Susan Sims.
Hey everybody, it's Susan Sims with Fido-Friendly Travel Talk, brought to you by Animal Radio, where we talk about the travel and lifestyle for you and your furry best friend. My guest today is Kim Sidoriak. She's president and CEO of Visit Carlsbad. Hi Kim, and welcome to the show.
Hi, Susan. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I love going down to Orange County and visiting all our old haunts. And I know why Carlsbad is so special, but why don't you tell our listeners why it's such a great place, and especially a great place for us and our furry companions?
In Carlsbad, first of all, the great thing about coming here, if you're a pet owner, is the weather. The year-round weather is so good. And obviously, dogs love to be outside. They love to run around and play. And there's just so much to experience outside in our community. From dog parks to 55 miles of hiking trails that you can bring as long as you have the dog on the leash. So we really do live our lives outside in Carlsbad with the amazing weather, and that's for dogs too.
Well, you told me earlier today, this is January, what is it, January 29th, and you've got the nice weather of, what was it again?
So right now it's 72 degrees, and in a couple of days it's going to be 77 degrees at
Yeah.
the end of January.
Yeah, for those of us who are sunshine challenged, like we are here in Idaho currently. But I did get to visit, so I just wanted to, let everybody else know how much fun it is. And one of the things I loved is, going downtown. You never get tired of going downtown. There's so many places that you can come in and out of with your dog. But I love the fact you had all these restaurants. So not everybody knows the protocol. What is the protocol when you're going to bring your pet into, it's already established that dogs are allowed, but what, as a good pet parent, pet guardian, what should we know about taking Fido with us to dine al fresco?
Yeah, I think, it's great that you noted just the kind of al fresco nature, because obviously, for dogs, the importance is that they're outside on a patio. So restaurants have, the restaurants in our charming Carlsbad Village area, many of them have patios, and pets are absolutely welcome as long as they're on those patios. But some of our restaurants in Carlsbad Village go a little bit further. They have, special doggy menus, or obviously they'll put out water bowls, or some of them have treats that they've, baked specially for Fido. So yeah, as long as they're on patios, and again, if we're, experiencing just beautiful weather, which we typically are year round, plenty of opportunities for al fresco dining for you and your dog.
Well, I've got to mention my favorite place. We went there twice. They have the best donuts we've ever had. I mean,
Oh, is it the goods?
yes. And what I loved
Yeah.
about that is we came inside and there were other people standing inside with their dogs on leashes. They're all very well
Mhm.
behaved. And they had a little seating area, and they let us sit down and have our coffee and our donuts, and they're big donuts.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to be ready.
Yeah, and then their ingredients they must have just the best ingredients, like if you were in Europe, because those are not your just the corner store donuts. Those things are really
No.
something else.
Yeah, and they have such interesting flavors. I mean, I think, at one point they did like a rose and lavender latte coffee, maple bourbon donuts. So you never know what kind of interesting flavors they'll cook up.
Yeah, we had a blast. We were lucky to go to the pet friendly hotels there too are just something to die for. With like you said,
Yeah.
the doggy menus are. I shared some of these doggy menus with my friends, and the ingredients were like, is that for a human or is that for
Yes.
your dog?
Yeah, some of these doggy menus and some of the dog treats are literally made by chefs. So it looks like, this is something that your human can eat, but it's made with care for Fido.
And we actually took a photo of the chef. It was at the Four Seasons, and it was their outdoor restaurant called Seasons, I,
Season.
I
Yeah.
think. And the chef, first of all, we're outside, and there's a bed for Honey, and there's a bowl of water, And, she was like, well, this is great. I could hang here for a
Little
while.
princess.
Yeah, and then so we ordered from that, and everything was great. And I don't even remember what it was that we ordered. But when the chef came out with this bowl, and I think it was steak, I'm pretty sure it was steak, and it was with rice and peas, and she could care less about rice and peas. It was
She went for the meat.
yeah, and she was tired. We've been dragging her around for a few days, and she was so tired. I thought, oh, I don't know how this is going to go, but yeah, the steak won her over big time.
Oh. Fantastic. Well, yeah, I mean, I think some of our hotels and our restaurants, they love a good pun. So the Seasons menu is called the a la bark menu. Chandler's restaurant attached to Cape Ray Carlsbad Beach has a puppy chow menu. So I think there are a lot of dog lovers and dog owners in our community who want to make sure that they're making their guests and those dogs feel welcome and taken care of.
Yeah, well, you guys did a good job. We enjoyed our visit. So, before I let you go, is there anything else you'd like to tell our listeners about coming to Carlsbad, and where's the best place for them to learn more?
The best place to learn more is at visitcarlsbad.com. Also, just want to let your listeners know, again, I've mentioned Carlsbad Village. There's sometimes when you travel to a destination with your pet, you might have forgotten something or run out of something. And, visitors can rest assured we have plenty of businesses that cater to doggy services, food, supplies, toys, and many of them are within Carlsbad Village, that charming, walkable downtown area. So that's also a fun opportunity to shop local small businesses. Carlsbad Pet and Feed, Salty Dog Boutique. You can, get your dog washed, get toys, any sort of supply. So highly encourage to get down to Carlsbad Village, take your dog, treat them to maybe a little spa experience. And then I'd also just share a couple of my favorite trails and walks that I've experienced with pets. The Bataquitos Lagoon is just a beautiful trail, mostly flat, lots of dogs on the trail, again on leash. But along the lagoon is a wonderful place to spot tons of different bird species, really peaceful, and obviously lots to look at for Fido. And then also during springtime, Armada Drive, it kind of sits a little bit above, overlooking the ocean. And also during springtime, we have our amazing flower fields at Carlsbad Ranch, which is a bloom each spring of ranunculus flowers. And on Armada Drive, you can walk and see the bloom and the ocean in the background. So just a beautiful, scenic, and very colorful walk for you and Fido.
Yeah, it's a very special place, and I want to make note that although Carlsbad is very pet friendly, the beaches are not. However, there are, like you mentioned, there's the dog parks, and then there are beaches not too far away, if that's
Yeah,
what you
and
want to
there's
do.
also a great boardwalk along the beach. So if you started at Harbor Fish Cafe on the north and just went along the boardwalk heading south, it's basically, beachside. So beautiful ocean view. Yes, dogs are not allowed on the Carlsbad beaches, but you can walk along and get that fresh ocean air.
Well, we certainly did that, and we enjoyed our stay so much. So, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me today.
Thank you so much for having me.
That's it for Fido-Friendly Travel Talk. You have been listening to my guest, Kim Sidoriak with Visit Carlsbad. Log on to visitcarlsbad.com to learn more. And for more information about today's show or just about traveling with Fido, log on to Fido-Friendly.com. Until next time, travel safe and leave no dog behind. This is Susan Sims with Fido-Friendly Travel Talk.